For this lesson, we're going to be focusing on repurposing VLOOKUPs for groupings. Here we have a bunch of minimum scores along with the letter grade next to it. The way we can read this is 0 to 59 would be an F, 60 to 69 is a D, 70 to 80 is a B. You get the point. But if we want to figure out what these grades are, what the letter score should be, then most people, I would say almost 99% of the analyst population would do it with a really long and drawn out nested if statement. There's a few things wrong with this, besides the fact that this is excruciatingly boring to write. There's only a certain amount of ifs you're allowed to use in a nested if statement. And let the record show that we're not using, D minus, D plus, D. This is very simplified. So this wouldn't work if there's more than, I would say, probably 5 or 6 different minimum scores. We actually probably did the maximum amount. And just to be polite, I'm going to speed this up for you. Okay, finally. By the way, look at all of these parentheses at the end. If this breaks, good luck editing that. Although I will say this formula does work perfectly. All of the scores are exactly what we expected. 70 is a C, 75 is a C, 54 F. But there's a better way we can do this. Let's start off by making a VLOOKUP like we typically do. Value 65, table array is the score grid, and column number is 2. And we use 0 for exact match. Now, right off the bat, you can see we're already getting a pound NA because there is no 65. However, if we change the 0 to a 1, which also means true, either one doesn't make a difference. Now we're grouping. This is called a range lookup. The results here are exactly what they were with that long, drawn out, hard to edit, and boring nested if statement. Now, it's important to know exactly how this works because it can get messed up pretty easily. You see, the minimum scores are in ascending order, and that's not by mistake. If we move the 80 to after the 60, you can see here that 75 and 70 now equal D, which is obviously wrong. You can understand why this happens by understanding how it works in general. A VLOOKUP starts at the topmost row and then looks downward row by row until it gets the result that it wants. Now, even though we're not using exact match for our inputs, if there is an exact match, it still does return the value in that row. So let's take 70 as an example. We start at the top of our table array, and 0 is not an exact match, 60 is not an exact match, and 70 is an exact match. So we're going to return that row, which is a C. Now, if there is no exact match, that's where the true or the grouping comes into play. Let's look at 75 because we know there's no exact match. Just like before, we start at the top and we keep going downwards, except this time, instead of looking for an exact match, we're looking for a value that's higher than our lookup value. 80 is higher than 75, so we can stop there. But instead of taking that last row, we take the one right above it, which in this case is C. The VLOOKUP doesn't care what value's in there, only that it's the row above 80, which is why ascending order is so important. If it's not in ascending order, you're going to get some wonky results. It's also important to note that if no values are lower than your lookup value, you're going to get that dreaded pound NA. This is probably the hardest lecture of the entire course, so if you got this, great job. But don't forget to practice, and I'll see you on the next lesson.